Generally we'd start out, these guys would be running, we're not going to do anything run. But they would start out running for probably 5 to 10 minutes. And during that time, I might hit stuff of sprints down one side of the wall. I'll hit some high knees, I'll hit some heels to your butt, I'll hit some skipping. Then I'll generally bring them in and we'll start the motion. And first thing I'll do is here, these guys will just reach in your stance. And I'll have a guy just to get his feet and his hands moving, get him loose. This guy's just going to reach, he's just going to alternate arms. As he reaches, reach. I'll duck, reach, other side, duck. Get the guy's motion here. So you guys want to start that. Good stance, one guy reach, stay in position. Just duck it under the arms, get the body moving, get your hips, level change, actions of that sort. Other man go. Rotate the body, there we go, switching. Slide by, just ducking under the arm. Now I'll start a little contact with position, and we'll just go front headlocks. Just snapping the guy in here, not all the way down. Just warming up the body, snap, controlling the guy's body, controlling his head. Other side, circle. Other side, circle. Go ahead, you guys want to hit that a little bit. This will start warming up the back a little bit and getting that guy ready for combat, as in getting used to grabbing the guy's body, controlling his head. Take your time, nice easy flow. Now we'll work is just arm drag, step behind. There you go. Both sides, both sides. Guy reaches, reach, arm drag. The stretching now has to come. I'll usually do this for about, like I said, 10 to 15 minutes, getting the guy loose. Then I'll go to a stretch. Well, that's how you get the muscles and you get the body loose. That's the best time to teach your athletes to stretch and get loose. They have a sweat when they sit down and start it. Underhooks. Now we're just snapping in, just jumping in. Underhook, circling the guy. Both sides, circling. Go. Getting the shoulders loose now. And the biggest thing about this when you start with those guys, always be aware and keep telling them during the practice, get your hands moving, get your feet moving. You wind up getting concrete feet where you're just flat footed. The idea is to get these guys to get a little balance. I always start, when I run practice, I usually start with pretty vocal. When I walk in, I start on the guys right away. I get a vocal, I can really get some noise in the room, and then once I get it moving, I'll bring it back down. One, just working here, just ducking under the arm. Now taking 2-on-1s, just hitting general areas, controlling the guy, both sides, 2-on-1s. The whole time we're working arms, controlling, shoulders. Now we'll start hitting level change. Guy just post. Now I'll get these guys, get them loose in the level change area. Dropping. Here, post, dropping. Just simple motion, just to get the body loose. 2 hands, level change. Go ahead, a couple of those. This will be done at a higher rate during that warm-up. Right now I'm just taking it easy and I'm speaking to you guys. This will be at a higher rate. Other guy. Now we'll go to back, loosening up the back, the stomach, and getting reaction. So all I'll do is here, just follow this guy, I'll stand there in a square stance, and I'll just hit my shots here. And double, single, those motions right there. Sprawl, as you do it, it's an exaggerated stretch. Here, loosen that body up, go. Arch your head up, arch your back, arch your head in. There you go. High crotch, double, single, change the position. Now take it to the mat and just spin drill. Going from snap, snap, just spin it. Back up, snap, just spin it. I find this is a better way to warm up, just simply because you're not wasting time during practice. A lot of times I run out with things that I want to teach. This way I always get the guys working on the position, working on their stance, and they're getting warmed up at the same time. It's not, like I said, the same old running around the room the whole time. Now just 2 quick drops, just level change trees, drop it on his shot. Everything's still nice and easy. Next, I'll probably do a little pummeling, just to make sure the upper body's pretty loose. Now we'll just go through the finish of the shot easy. I'm going to go from high crotch, this guy drops to his knees. Now I'm going to work this guy in the bottom position. He's just standing up, cut away. Then he would go. High crotch, dropping, stand to his knees. Go ahead. Hit the bottom position, basic stand-ups. Now winding it down, it would just be the same thing, be top position. Though this guy's down, all I'm going to do is lifts. He's sitting there, as he stands up, I'm going to lock hands to the side, pop, down, he comes up. I'm going to shift, dropping the crotch here, pop, he comes up. I'm going to go double unders, throw my hips in, pop. Stand down to loose, you can start lifting. Go.
So we can move now.
Guy comes up, first comes out to the side. Comes up, he drops the crotch. He comes up, go double unders, throw your hips in, loosen your back up, take her out. The other guy goes.
Double underhooks. Pick him out, kick him out from underneath and have him land on his shoulder.
Again, you judge the rate. You put these guys through the rate that you think they need.
Oh, yeah. That.
Good, good.
What he just
At that
did.
point now, we're just kind of going to simple. I want to get a little harder right now, so I might have to sprint now. I might, 5, 10 sprints down the road. I'll do high knees, just jump in here.
Oh, yeah.
Level change stuff for legs. I might have to do this here.
He coaches.
A lot of times I make my guys shadow wrestle for about 3 minutes here, just shadow wrestle and get the heart rate up, get them burning, get them sweating more. Then I'll take them down and put them in their stretch. They're loose, then we come back out and start what we have to do that day, whether it's technique and drilling, whether we're getting ready to go live, whether we're going to hit live, we just move on that. So that's a little bit how I warm the team up when I get them going. If I get out of breath, excuse me, because I haven't been on the mat in a month, so I'm just getting loose to myself. You guys have a seat. I'm only going to need one of you guys. So you going to stay? You can just have a seat. I'm going to cover a front headlock. To me, the front headlock is probably one of the most important parts, if not the most important part, of wrestling on a bout. Somebody takes a shot. Somebody gets their head down. You take a shot and you get your head down. So you need to work the offense along with the defense. All right? And it always, it's a situation that is always going to come up. Somebody's always going to get stuck in that area. So when I started doing it, I probably started getting good at the front headlock, probably high school age. Just something that I got a good feel for it, working with certain people, and I found it was an easy way to score. If I could get on someone's head, I could control. We all know the saying, where the head goes, the body goes. It's basically, the easiest way to explain it. One of my shows, different ways. I use that as an offensive attack. I'm always looking for it. My style of wrestling is I'm always looking for a front headlock. I'm taking shots, looking to snap. This guy shoots, I'm looking to stick him under there. I'm always looking to bring this guy to his knees. And the reason is, if I can't bring this guy to his knees, about whether it's 6, 7 minutes of a guy doing this, pulling on your head, trying to snap, eventually, if I'm not scoring with the front headlock, I'm scoring conditioning-wise by wearing this guy out, and I'm wearing down his back. When you start, everybody starts usually in a good position and a good style. Everybody's square, everybody's got a good position, they're ready for your shots. Wearing a guy out for 3 or 4 minutes, pulling, now maybe his level starts to break. So if I'm not scoring on the front headlock, I'm scoring position-wise, because when he comes up, I'll go under. That's my way, that's what I'm always looking for as an attack, is always try to bring this guy to his knees. I'm just going to cover basic ways to get into it and use these setups to show you. First, we're going to start out front headlock on your feet. Now we're working to control a guy from there. One way of getting it is simple, just snap. Inside control, back of the head, Back of the tricep. Then I'm controlling this guy. Elbows are in. Control, control. When you snap, I want to bring this guy right under my chest line. And now my feet start backpedaling. Just loosen up, listen to me. Snap, I start backpedaling. Snap, backpedal. Now this is a snap if a guy's got a position that's too low. If I have my head and I gain position by getting my head above his, I can snap and suck this guy under here and bring him down. If his head's above mine, now I go to foot fake. If we're even or above, it's hard for me to pull a guy under from this distance. So I've got to break his position. Here's a good stance. Head square, shoulders over the knees. Right here's a good stance. If I adjust his shoulders 2 inches forward and take his feet back, now I've got him tipping. Here. Here's fine. Here to the tip. So I want pressure, I want his feet, I want to bust that position. All I do is foot fake. Give this guy a little, like a reaction like a shot's coming. A little level change, and I'm stepping. Stepping. When he adjusts, down. This up. Yeah, foot fake, retreat. Foot fake, retreat. Next weight's underhook. Underhook, control, circle, snap under. Same thing. Come in, circle the guy. I want to get this guy's head under my chest line again. Here. Snap, bring him down. Snap. Three ways. Inside, inside, bring this guy down. Inside, foot fake, bring him down. Underhook, circle, bring him down. 3 different ways, Take my shot, I come to my underhook here. If I take a bad shot and miss on a single leg, a lot of times I can come up to the underhook. Here, retreat. I catch my underhook, bring him down. Come up, circle it, down. Controlling the wrist. Just catching the guy controlling here. I'll do a foot fake, and I might drop to my knees far on this one. I'll make a level change and bring this guy down. Here, level change. His feet retreat. Level change. Change the head out. Guys got a stance, head lower to mine. I'll do a chop. I'll come from under. Here. Top hand comes, smacks him into it, bottom hand catches. Here. Catching the chin. Now it's a circle. Again. Snap. Foot fake. Underhook. Wrist. Underhook from the shot. Come up. Bring it back. Inside control. Foot fake. Bring this guy down to front hand lock. Inside, foot fake. Inside, foot fake. Retreats, pulling back under. Always attacking, always bring the guy down to his knees. That's what you guys are always looking for. You can tell I'm out of breath. I haven't done anything. I'll catch up though, my body catches up. 2 on 1. Close. 2 on 1, bring the guy down, slip the front headlock. Here, control as he backs off. I give 1 yank, he'll circle away. He'll circle away, I'll circle to the weak side, pull down. Back out the front headlock.
I missed that.
All I need is enough time to get his head below mine. I'll slip over to it. Leg steps in. What I'm trying to do is replace the foot that he moved. He was here, he steps, I replace it with my foot. Quick yank down. The yank for the 2 on 1, all the power generates from the top hand. Here, this controls arm from swinging. This is the pull one here. Armpit chase. As you see, I release the wrist on the way down. I slide to the front. Any questions on that so far? Please, when I'm teaching, you can speak up anytime. All right, we're going to go to feet. Everybody works front headlock from the bottom. Question?
Yeah, can you show me that chop one more time?
Chop. Yeah.
Just the position.
Here, bottom hand. It's coming up, I'm going to catch the chin. And I'm just slapping right into the side of his head. Catch. This one locks him in and brings him in. Top hand, back of the head. Here. And actually, Schultz used to use this one, but he would do a 3-foot leap, which I'm afraid to do. But he would just come here and stand in the stance and it. That's all this is you guys. I just like to get a guy, being short, guys get in the habit of trying to wrestle me at my same level sometimes. And so if I squat a little bit, that brings it down even further than I just make my little raise. Catch it in. As I do that, I turn my hips to the side. Whenever I block shots, and I'll hit this area because you're doing all these motions, I turn my hips. If I see a shot coming, I turn my hips to the guy. So if he hits me here, dead on, he can grab something. It's hard to control my leg when I turn my hip in. And what I try to do is let this guy blast me away. Here, change. If I see it coming, I just turn. If he hits me, go head inside slow. Go. Head inside. If he hits, here, it's hard to control that hip when I've got the hip down and hip to the side. It really doesn't have much leg. Here, now he can grab a joint and bend it. He can bend my knee in. Here, he's got trouble with the leg. And I'll just slide on front headlock. Then your basic position of front headlock, just catch an own shot. My defense is turn the hip sideways. I see a reaction, I see this guy level change or anything, I just drop a hand. Here, drop a hand. If he comes, just wait for him. Stop. Hip sideways, arm blocked. Slow. Here. And that's like a device as in, if you feel any contact against your arm, that means retreat your leg. Out. Here. If you hit the arm, retreat. Speed. Okay. All right, rules of front headlock. High school kids make mistakes, even college kids. Is when they get it, they stop moving. If you continually move, you always win in the front headlock. You continually move, you score. You continually move and don't score. He carried my body weight. He did all the motion. He did the circling. He had to carry extra weight. I'm beating him in conditioning. So if we start out here level of conditioning, front headlock, no score, but he was down there for a good 20 seconds. He comes up here, my conditioning level stays here. Slowly I start to crack the position on it. Other thing, arms. There is no arms in the front headlock. It's always hands. Anybody goes below your wrist, too much stuff can happen. Wrist deep is all I want to work on. It's all I want to control. Is just use my hands. The other rule is elbows, clamp. Always stay to the side, that way they can't get caught under. So, if you have motion, your hand deep, elbows in, there's no reason you should ever get in trouble. The chance of you scoring is probably 90%. And then if you don't score, you beat them in conditioning. You start to wear it down. Front headlock from your feet, people forget about it. Everybody thinks on their mat. I did a lot of my scoring out of it from the feet. Biggest one I get is a foot snag or the inside pull. Foot snag. So I foot fake, here, snap under. Now he doesn't go down. His coach is telling him when you snap, you want to stay up. Everybody says work to your feet. He's going to try and catch elbows, which is what he's doing right now. When I snap, elbow to my side. Here, get your elbow. He's got it, grab it. He has no lock on it because my hands are shallow. My elbows up. All I got to do is one circle and that elbow's popping free. Here. Slow. In. Elbows back to my side. Now he's got a big tricep to grab. He doesn't have a good grip. If I go deep here, now I'm in trouble. He's up to the armpit. Guys shove their whole arm in there. I'm on the chin. I'm controlling with the chin, my forearm right across his face because I'll use it just to slap him as I move him. I'm slapping with it. Hands, elbows up, hands are shallow. This hand I control right on the back of the tricep here. Now, if he catches elbow, all you got to do is immediately circle. Down. If he's good, he won't let me circle him down. He'll stay out deep. No. Take it easy. Here, controlling elbow. Now, this is where you start looking at guys' feet. Right here. I want to start circling. Always trying to bring this guy down. He stays up, stays up, stays up. I drop the knees, I'm pulling, he stays up. First one we're doing is cross pick. I'm looking with the side I have the chin, I'm looking for the ankle. Guys got a bad habit teaching this up. Shooting here, they're shooting their head all the way through, trying to do this. Come all the way under and reach for that foot. If that foot's there, you immediately want to get to it as quick as you can. So I circle this guy right off the bat, there's my step. There's my step. All I'm doing now is dropping, level change, driving his head to his knee. And I'm reaching for it. I don't need to shove my head all the way through. Yeah. I just want a level change on it. All I want to do is level change. Circle. Take it easy now. Circle, drop. Circle, drop his head to his knee, snag. Once you catch it, now it's just about bulldogging him over here. Hands. Shallow, on the chin, back of the tricep, elbows in. He has an elbow, he has no grip with my elbow to my side. Just a little yank. That'll take it clear. He has no control over my body now. Circle the foot, drop this head, drive it to his knee. Level change. Hand releases the tricep, drive through. If he goes out, I lose the head. What do I got? I stay here, start looking for my Turk. Drop, strike. From here, keep the head, keep the ankle, look for your cradle. Any questions so far on that? Pretty simple. Hands shallow, elbows nice and tight to the body. Circle, drop. Probably my biggest success on hitting the cross ankle is immediately on the first step. Snag. First step, drop. Too many people are used to getting in there and waiting. Okay, now we're going to play the front headlock game. Quick step, go. leg. It's about putting weight on his leg. People worry about cross ankle. And I know guys in the top shooting their head through. People worry about it. Look what he's doing. Front headlock. Now I'm trying to circle his foot, but he knows he won't feed it. He won't feed that foot. He'll never step a big step. I just recircle. Opposite way. Now. Here. Drop. Level change. Circle it. Drop. Circle it. Drop. Here's the mistakes made. Guys, keep this tight or let this guy's head slip through. Here, they dropped. They forget about this guy. They let it slip through past their body. Now I'm in trouble if I lose this foot. I'm in trouble here if it drops over the head. When you go and drop to that near foot, you've got to put pressure on his foot. Again, drive his head, drop it straight down between his legs. Here, I'm trying to drive right between, not over the knee, just drop it right between. Crunchy, pick. Now there's two ways of finishing. You can either one, if you've got him here and you stop him, you can circle. Here, cradle, take it over. Drive it right between his legs, right there. If it's a stalemate, there's a sudden pause here. Now I'll step around and slip with my knees, cradle. Drop. Snag it. He doesn't go down that easy. I stop him. I get to the ankle. Here, but he keeps his back tight. Keeps his back tight. He starts bringing his head up. All you want to do is release. Release, slide in. He pops up. Slide in, high crotch. Release. Slide in, high crotch. I slide in immediately, get here, and extend. Try to come out the back. I stay out of crackdowns if I can. Here, he releases. Here, crackdown. I choose to stay out of here. When you want to make more fight, you can pop a guy up. But crackdown, pop my knees cross. Snap, circle, drive, far ankle. Treat far ankle. Finish. Don't slip your head through, hands shallow. Near ankle. Circle pivot, drop. Crunching. Near ankle, bites his head up, release, slide in, high crotch. Good for the pitch. Elbow pull, snag. Snap. Here, circle. All I'm going to do now, tricep. I'm going to fight to this elbow. I want to extend it. As I extend it, I'm circling that leg. Extend, circle. Extend the arm, circle. When you go, I want to shift my shoulder on top of his. Here. Shoulder to shoulder like a driving match. We're both trying to run each other over here. How I set it up is level change. Drop my shoulder in. Shoulder drops in. Elbow pulls, circle that foot. Here. It extends its whole side. Circle. Drop. Work to the elbow. This hand works to the elbow. Here, I'm going to circle that foot. As I circle that foot, make a little level change, turn my hips sideways, slip over your shoulder. Here. Now, drop in, looking to catch behind the knee. Don't release this elbow and crunch it. Here, dropping. Now you can either try to come up, finish, or this guy starts billowing out and I just stick to the leg. Here, try to look for my turkey in. Level change. Nice drive. Start driving through. Drop. Any questions on those three so far?
Is your tension on the outside arm keeping you from being worried?
Yeah.
Having to sucker
That elbow, like that. It's important you keep that arm until you're dropping. Here. As I go, I'm extending this side. Pulling him in. Here. How's that feel in your body? Stretch. Trying to drop. I'm extending. Trying to pull this lat. I'm driving through. Drop and hold this guy. Don't get in the habit of running through because you might miss a lot. On this position I hit, I try to contain him right here. Now I look to see what I'm going to do. I lift the leg, make my change up here. I might hold here, trying to get back points from this position. He comes through, I look for a Turk. Coming back. Cross pick. Drop, drive. Near pick, drop, head between the legs, drive. Another finish on that one. It's been a long time since I've been on the mat. Here, drop, drive through. I'll drive him straight over. As I get here, I step this leg up, get in a habit of stepping this leg up. Release that. In between. Again on that one. Circle, drop, drive through. Step up, cover this guy. Cradle from there, circle, drop, crunching. Slide up to your cradle. Circle, he fights up, release. High crotch. We're gonna crack it. Circle between. Extend the elbow. Here, circle, level change, shoulder to shoulder, extend, drive to the knee. Easy block, continue, hold it. Now we'll come up. Here. Any questions?
On that cross knee pick, when you drop the shoulder underneath there, if you're not, when you actually know, when you slide your shoulder under there, wrist deep.
Pressure. If he's got me here, and he's really crowded, if I can't get this elbow back to me, now I'm looking at having trouble dropping, okay? But if I get this arm extended here, I need to back up. I extend it, now I know I can make my drop and be safe. If I miss, all he's going to do is back off. He'll just level change as I try to level change and sprawl out. I still have a front headlock. Sprawl out. Still have a front headlock. Sprawl out. Front headlock. Drive, look cross ankle, miss, pull. Always on. I let guys come up from here. If I look through, I've got it good. I'll yank. I'll let this guy come up. As he comes up, I'll come back inside to reset it. Go again. That's what I'm saying, conditioning, you've always got a factor you can win. Any other questions on those picks? Chancellor position. I don't know, some people call it cowboy. Some call it chancellor. Front headlock. Underhook. Snap. I keep my underhook this time. Now, we all know this position here, circle. Right? His reaction is going to be what? Circle away from it. Circle away, bring that elbow down. Here. As he's doing that, what's his feet doing? He's circling to me, circling to me, circling to me. Under, pull. As he steps. Circle, he stepped right there. Watch it. Watch it as I go. What I'm doing is square hips. Square hips. And before I go, just take my defense, turn my hip sideways. Get that foot ready. Circle, circle, hip goes sideways. Hip goes sideways, slide in. Right. If you miss, you might get reactions of him stepping back. Here, I go, he steps back, pull it out. Hit your head, sorry. Good. Step, step, step. This move actually got me in trouble. And it didn't get me in trouble in a match. It got me in trouble with my style of wrestling. My sophomore year, I was really having success getting people with front headlocks and pinning them from this position. And as the year went on, what I found out was if my matches didn't go past the second period, I wasn't used to wrestling, and I wanted to fatiguing. Not that I was out of shape, mentally I wasn't used to going because I had so much success with it. I could catch people easy with it. So during the year, I was still in the Big Ten. So you got everybody watching you. I would circle, I'd slide in, boom. Right here, I'd catch my fall. Well, they got smart. and I got this from Belly Blazov, he would come off his 2-on-1, and somehow he would inside trip this way, cross hook. And I always got off balance, but I could cross hook out of this. So if I miss now, we've got this one. Circle slide in, don't move. Circle slide in, I got the guy. Set him down, crunch. He should, as I go, he just steps one foot back, he steps it back. What he does is open up the cross foot. Here I go step in, takes it back now. All I'm doing is coming inside. There, circles, make my step, he retreats, hook. Other side. What you want to do is hook this foot, and it's not straight in. You want to hook it, take it past your body, away from you. Here, so I'm hooking. Now you don't pull it straight back between your legs, you want to take it outside your body here. And I'm just crunching on his head, pulling it through. Here, set him down. So, you've got here, working here, guy doesn't move, I slide in, crunch. Well, drive forward. Same thing, when you hook, pull that leg back. Take it from under his body. Circle, hook, pull through. Crunch. Now you've got your guys strong in that position. And during this year, you know, Team 2 duel, they start watching, they catch on. Circle, I step, he retreats. Now you come across, pull the leg through here, set it down. So one feeds right off the other. Questions on those two? Hip position, pressure. Anything? Everybody's good there? Mm-hmm. Little recap. Cross foot pick, circle, quick drop, drive through. Near side, drop, drive through. Leave the head go. Near side pick, drop through, slide up. Cradle. Near side, he fights up, release, slide in, high crotch, crack down, run your cross. Inside church hands, underhook, pull through. The setup for this is work here. Shoot across, look for your chancellor, look for your chancellor. All you do is step. He retreats. Here, he retreats, come across, set it down. Now, like I said, I was really having success with it. Had one, had two. Guys who start in, so they figured either you gotta get out or coaches start having me duck. And I got ducked one time, put on my head. But if you get in trouble here, I get here and you're staying, and all of a sudden this guy hits duck. Instantly on level changes. Remember, your hips want to turn and get ready to fight shots. Anytime there's a level change. Here, he ducks, hip turn. He's gonna try to come up. If he tries to crunch me, tries to bear hug, what you're doing is going outside step. He comes up. Yeah. Now this is last resort. I got guys that show it, and now it's a total offense for them. You know? If I'm in trouble, I've got nothing else to lose. Here, if I'm crunched and that foot's there, all I'm doing is hook, arch my hips, arch my back, outside, set it down.
That question. They're cracking down on the chin. Are you controlling the chin on that when you whip them, or are you not controlling?
Chin, I'm always controlling the chin. I'm trying to always have control of that.
Right now they're cracking down. You can't turn your head.
He's not twisting it.
Here, some steps.
Yeah, you can't take your head out at all.
Oh, you can't? You say that's a rule?
It's all right.
But when this happens, he docks, he drops in. Fine, we're safe here. He comes up. He starts to crunch me. As I make my step, all this guy's gonna be worried about is that foot. I mean, what do you see when I go? You know?
So that's what
You
happens.
want him to catch it, because once you get that far and if you grab him, there should be no reason if you arch and sag forward that he can hold you up here. You know? I don't think you catch it.
Pressure's not on the chin.
True sweat is worth the risk. Either getting crunched to my back for 5, or getting 5, or losing the point.
That's a rest.
I believe
You won't see that.
In front headlock, if you're standing, it's illegal to do that move.
I'm not sure.
Stepping out, you mean the whole move, entire move?
That front headlock, you're standing, you got nailed on.
I'd make a call there.
And,
That's not, I don't have my hands locked.
I know, that's my question.
It's as long as the chin doesn't pass the shoulder, you don't whip it past the shoulder. As long as it's level with the shoulder, you're all right.
Okay, well then, well you guys judge, am I level with the shoulder? This is definitely
He's not.
This is definitely East Coast and West Coast difference. Hey, Steph. Here. What do I call?
He's not.
There you go.
As long as you don't whip it past the shoulder.
Well, see, this isn't a whip. That's wrong. That's the wrong technique for this. This isn't a whip. I'm not stepping through. That'll get me in more trouble because he'll step around my body. Now my arm's locked.
Now it's chin whip.
You know? I'm coming in. I'm stepping in arch. Just like jumping here. Here. He ducks. Step. Yeah. It's all hip control. All right, so we got an argument, legal or not legal. This is the right move. Look at that. Oh, yeah. All right, now, everything I've been teaching, I see this class. If you want me to go, I'll go through the whole series again. You guys listen to or move on.
Move on.
Move on? Okay. Everything I've been teaching is all this offense from the feet, all this offense from the feet.
Yeah. It's like your palm is up.
Yeah, because I can't keep my hand locked.
It's not even a question
Yeah.
of what you do with this chin.
Yeah, once I get here, I can't even keep it locked. I can't keep it locked on my shoulder. Basically hurts, but if you can't get hold here. You know, all I want to do is keep this elevated, not swirl. I'm keeping this elevated here. Don't let him get his hands locked again. Keep this one above your head here. Keep pulling it forward and stay in this position. And you lock them out. Okay, everything I've been teaching is offense. From a guy standing, cross pick, near pick. Get where you come in, using your feet. Coming back across using your feet. Stepping outside using your feet. Now, the biggest rule about the front headlock is, as soon as you get it to the mat. This is for that guy that doesn't go down. This is for that exceptional guy that he knows it's motion. And the quicker he gets out, the better he's going to be. If I get a guy that gets in there and he stops, now I can start playing games with him. But if you get a front headlock, this guy wants to be backing out, get his head out, and get back to his position, get back to his offense. My goal is always bring him down. Now, I don't bring him down. This is where I start talking. If I get a guy in front headlock, maybe once here, he fights his way out, he controls it. Here, we wrestle, he takes a bad shot. Here, he comes up, he circles, fights his way out, I can't get a grip on him. He's always coming up, he's always coming up, he's always coming up. Now the question is, either try to pull down, or you can tell the first second when you can get him down. If you can't get him down, now you look to fire right back in. Here, snap, front headlock, he will come up. Release. Now you start getting your shot. So you've got two ways to score all through. Either score with the front headlock from your feet, get into a mat, start doing your offense down there, which I'll get to, or look for your release. Here, put your hand again, Jesse. Good. I snap, Jesse, I front headlock, Jesse's gonna fight up. I wait for that right time, that right amount of pressure. Keep fighting up. Now you use release. And if you can't help him, slap him up. Here, release, drop in. Tight crotch. Here, release, double leg, chase back in. Here, I circle one way, I circle back the other. Fights up, release, chase in, single leg. Here. You're always looking for that time when you can go back in. The biggest rule is get into the mat. Circle, bring him down. The better you get down here, because now I pop up. Now I'm more mobile than he is. What's the coach always say? Get off your knees. He gets to his feet, now we're about equal. Right, get on your hands. We're equal, but he's carrying me. I want to make us not equal. I'll bring elbows down. Here. Now he's less mobile. I get an elbow to the mat. Now I can move on. You got the whole series from your feet. Slow motion. Snap. Jesse fights up. Release. All the way back in. Double leg. Slow motion snap. Jesse fights up. Release. High crotch. Slowly Circle, he fights up, release, and inside. There. Always keep your guys trained to do that. Train to know he's coming down, he's not coming down. Look for that opportunity to fire back in on him. Any questions with that? And that's like a style of wrestling. That's a system that you think about. In the front headlock, you got a system from your feet, you got a system from release mid-range, and you need the system of on the mat. Any questions? Anything so far? What time is it? Hands, elbows in. Lock it in your body. One thing I find is stressing up on this front headlock on your feet and on the mat. I keep this guy's head with my chest line. Anything less than that, above that, is I'm gonna lose a hold on, I'm gonna lose a grip. Anything below that, then I run risk of giving up my hips and fading in too much. So remember, chest line, snap. Here's one thing now. You guys are asking, you guys have questions at the end, please raise your hand and I'll hit them all. If you have questions about the moves I'm doing, please don't stop me. But I pull in here. This is technique from this position. When I have the head under my chest line, there's no strength. It's all about using my body weight to bring it down. All I do is retreat my feet, I run back. Anytime on a front headlock, I want to always try and create some motion left and right. This is technique and body weight that brings it down. Here. Body weight. The other guy was asking, now that's on the chin, elbows in, locking the tricep with the armpit, retreat, pull down. Now I get the guy extended, and now this becomes strength. Here, if I got a grip and I can't get under this armpit here, I want the elbow, now it's going to be straight. And I'm going to extend that arm and run this guy down to the mat. Here, I'll pull. So remember, technique's always better than strength. Get a good lock, retreat your feet, run backwards. Now we're going to hit the mat. Start spin. Now, the biggest thing about a front headlock on the mat is never stop moving. Never stop your feet moving. Always keep some kind of motion because if I don't gain points, I'm winning conditioning. I'll get here, I hate to see kids do this and waste time, especially in critical matches when the time's running out, is if I get in a front headlock and I've got my elbow and it gets trapped, this guy kicks me on the way down, guys stay here. You know, the biggest concept you want to teach kids is to keep wrestling, always keep wrestling. Right here. I'll retreat out, I'll circle right into that and keep the match going. I'll see here and I'll pull and I'll pull and I'll pull. Hang on the elbow. Now circle. I see that ref get ready to start that stalemate. I don't want to take time out. I don't want to give this guy a chance to breathe. All I'm going to do is circle to it, post the head, and let him come up. Here. Now I might re-snap again. But don't sit in here and waste and stalemate. You can work out of this position. Right here. Just circle up, let him come up. Regain, get a stand, maybe drop under. But don't freeze on it and don't sit there looking for ref. Because one, then the ref gets a bad feel for you when you sit there and start doing this, doing this. Don't tell them how to ref because they get ticked off. You know how they feel. So keep the match going. Hustle out, work your way out of the position. All right. Lock and spin. Simple move. You guys follow. All work with your kids. Imagine here. All I'm doing is hands are shallow. Armpit, chin, elbows locked in on my feet. And all I'm going to do is block and spin. Now when you block and spin, guys have a bad habit of releasing too much and trying to just jump here. He's going to circle. He's going to circle. And they're trying to get his hands and they're running around. When you go, it's a quick change. And as I change, practice, drill it. I'm getting your guys to smack and change his direction. Don't let him circle. He's going to circle on here. So I want to stop it. I want to shove him across. So when I block and spin, I'm going to give him a setup of a quick pull. I'm going to drop him to his elbow. I'm going to take him from here to here. Plus his mobility. Quick pull now. Quick pull. No. I'm going to do a quick pull. How I get strength, technique instead of strength is from here. I'm going to do is make a drop to my hip. As I pull, I'm circling this elbow down. I'm going to pull his head across. I'm going to use my body weight to break his position. So I'm going to go from here, and I'm dropping on my hip. As I do that, everything is pulling this guy. Can you show it over here? Yep. Here, drop, pull, back up. Here, drop, pull. Sticking his face, sticking his elbow in the mat, back up. Pressure, release the pressure, retreat, drop to your hip. I'm busting everything. As you go, what you want to try to do is circle this elbow out. Circle it out so it goes from this position forward here. You're trying to extend this whole side. Here, pull, drop, turn the elbow in, crunch the head with the chin, pulling forward, bust this position. Down. Now, block and spin. I got to retreat back up to my knee, off my knees, back to my feet. As I go, this hand smacks it, drives it across. This hand replaces that one, smacks him, drives him across. That's the technique you want to practice. And the match will be a lot quicker. But you need to get you guys to habit of driving this guy. Driving him away. So it's a drive. As I drive, I'm circling up, I'm circling around behind, and then I'm replacing and driving. Drive. That's the position I want. You keep your weight on him. Again, I bust the elbow. I can hold a guy right here as a setup. I'll get in here, I'll hold him for a second. Crunch him a little bit. Now I'm going to retreat. Retreat, pull, break the elbow down. Drive. Slow. Here. Back. Circle. Circle. Great distance. Get to the hip. Circle. Now, what happens if this guy doesn't go down? What happens if this guy's going like crack him, he comes up, crack him, he comes up, crack him, he comes up? What if I want? What if I gain? I gain everything in conditioning. Here. What's your name? David? Sorry, hold up this second. I'm going to pull, I'm going to pull, I'm going to pull. David's going to keep popping up. Don't let me spin on you, David. Ready? Now, who's got more hurt? It's good work, right there. Always keep in motion. If I don't win when he comes up, then wear your head out a little bit. Yeah. It wears you down. And if you don't spin on the guy, fine, you work up. Conditioning level, factors coming up. It's playing a part of the match now. Now I'm wearing him out. Pull, busting the elbow down. Block, spin. Drop to your hip. Circle. All right, now we give David chases. Now we make our change. Right here. Now this is why I go shallow, hands deep. Guys like to lock. Here, and that's fine. Blocking. Actually, I'm not going to make the change. I'm getting ahead of myself. 1, drop, hit, block, spin. That's how you break an elbow. That's how you got to get his position busted. Next one, just simple, quick. Drop the head across in the armpit, blocking. Now you guys might have a rule for this. I don't know. I'm going to block. I'm going to throw my head in. I'm going to block. And I am going to crunch the head. This would be illegal. Twisting this. Is this going to be legal if I do this? No. It's not? No. I'm not twisting. I'm crunching. I'm bringing the arm and the head together just in this position right here.
It's fine.
I'm going to show it. If it's illegal, then...
Fine.
All you're doing is now, I'm going to get the pull. As I get the pull, the side level is the pressure. Remember, on our feet, when we were tackling, if I went here, you retreated, I came across. If I went across here, you retreated, I come across. It's always one builds from the other. I pull, the elbow doesn't break. But when I pull, I get an extension. I get a little space here to shove my head in. So I'm here, and I pull David. Drop my head in. Here. Slowly, drop my head in.
No blanks.
Right to the armpit. Now, as I
No blanks
circle,
are in my room.
I'm looking for the hip. I want to crunch his head. And I'm making a quick step, and I'm circling for the hip. The reason you circle for the hip is, if you missed, ideally, you're always told to shoot further than what you need. If I miss the hip, the chances are I didn't catch the leg. So I pull, throw the head in, I retreat. Right here. As I go, all I'm doing is I'm bringing this head and his arm together, and I'm pinching it with my head. I'm pinching it with my arm, and I'm reaching.
That's exactly what they were.
Here, if I catch the hip, all I'm going to do is crunch that head in real slow. Once I get it to a good feel right behind, release, step up. If this guy goes to his elbow, when I bust it down here, face drop, even better. Now I've got a little more height. Catch. All I'm doing is circling. So you got two right now. Pull, what's the other one? Drop your hip. Block, block. Circle.
We're not having much time.
You've got pull, create space. Throw your head in. Looking for the hip, drop. Right behind, release the head.
This is
Block, right to the leg. Head block, circle pull. Here, stop. All I'm doing now is circling, shooting for that back ankle. Here. If you catch a guy at this position, I mean, all of us know exactly what to do here. Drive, keep your head. underneath of him. Don't let him slip out. All I'm doing is just circle his ankle to me. Circle his head to me. Don't twist the chin up. Drive him to his hip. Here. Great. Real basic. I'm sure you guys know it. So you got 3. And again, this is always motion, always circling, always moving. Here, drop to the hip, lock, circle. Drop, create space, throw my head in, catch it for the hip. Drop, create space, circle to the ankle, bring him underneath. Now, when you drill, you're gonna have it here, you saw all this motion, right? All this crunch, all this pull. There's times when I don't have to do it. There's times when you can just plain out beat a guy, just by drilling the timing and the speed. All I do is give a little pull, and I'm gone. Here, in, all I'm doing is a little jerk, spin. Don't even need to drop to my hip. Here, little pull, just a little setup, throw him across, hand comes in, throw him across. Spin. He takes a shot, I time it, go, takes a shot, catch it, spin. You've got to drill this. It won't come natural to everybody. 90% of the guys have to drill. As a coach, you've got to make them drill those times where you can just go. You don't need to wait, you just got to go for it. Here, shy shoots. Here, block. I don't have to throw my head. All I'm doing is a quick step. Quick step, big reach. I'm trying to catch that back foot. Here. Heads up, I'm just blocking it. Now, if I've got it blocked, I can crunch it here. If he fights his way up, fights his head up, I just keep circling. I keep bringing it under. Keep circling, change off. And that's all without doing any motion, any pulls. Get there, I don't wait, I see the foot, I go. Here, step, block it. I can even release now. If I've got this foot and secure one. While I'm to the side enough, I can release the head, throw my arm underneath, spin. Up, here, pull, collapse up, block, spin. And you got your timing. Just spinning. Timing. Just catch it. Circle behind. Here. Now, good guy. Better guy. We gotta worry about it. No matter what I do, I circle. I circle. I circle. Can't beat that corner. Now conditioning is playing a part. But I've got this guy in a habit of circling, circling, circling. This is why you go hand deep. Armpit. Because you want to be mobile. Limits you by 50%. The reason is, I can attack David's on my left side all day. High crotch, duck under, here, throw by, you know, pull under both knees under. I can attack that only on that side because going ear to ear limits me from coming across. Anytime I make a motion for this side, all he has to do is keep head position and make a little level change. Here, here. Right there, you killed your wrestling by 50%. Here, head-to-head wrestling, now I can attack in 50 here, 50 here. Here, I only got one side I have to go to. So you just get those guys hanging, and they're cutting their offense down right away just by going to that position. Double overs is the same as a front headlock, right? But I give myself an easier time to score on both sides. Because now I have not one arm trapped underneath. They're both free to flow. My head's free to flow here. I don't have to make any changes on the head. I can't switch here until I change the position on the chin. Here, all it is about going here, changing here, here, doing that kind of stuff. The whole time, I want to keep weight on his hands. I want him walking like this because every time he picks one up, I pull it down. I want to keep him heavy. I want to get him to the point where he decides not to move anymore and just try to stay here and just beat me. So I'm here, and every time, go to my hip. That's the kind of wrestling I'm going to do from that position. Pull, 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 shifting, shifting, shifting. Basic, just pick it aside. And a lot of times, all you need on this one is a head fake. Just a little head going here. Now, pop in here. You don't even need your whole body. Listen. Circle. Whole body motion here. Pull. Change. On that one, a lot of times, it's just about pulling this guy forward. Here, pulling, throwing your elbow past. I'm pulling that arm in. As I do that, I'm making some space between us. Here, coming back up, firing into him. One that I like from this position, probably my biggest one, is quick hand fake. I chase guys, right? And I play little games here. I get this kind of stay here, and I get this kind of stuff, not real aggressive, because I'm setting up for this move. Because a good guy is really hard to get around regardless of how much stuff you know, right? So you've got to change your tactics up. By always going hard, and this is what I tell guys when they go out like a ball fire in the first minute. You're not going to score me, get up. He comes at me like a madman, and he's moving so quick that I can't set him up. All I'll do is clam up. Go, come on. I'll clam up, make my position tighter. Until he stops acting like an idiot, then I'll start wrestling. I'll clam. If he comes, I'll clam up. Opposed to the guy that's out here wrestling me. Now I'm more likely to make a mistake than the guy that comes at you. If anybody comes at you, what are you going to do if I start, you just clam up and watch your position and wait for that mistake. So in a front headlock, sometimes I've got to lighten up. If I go hard, he might not give me an opening, opposed to me staying here and just doing this kind of stuff, right? Moving my feet right here. And I mean, that's an exaggeration, but that kind of stuff. All I'm going to do is give him a little reaction, one step, and I'm going to do a slap either side, whichever way I'm going. Here, one step, smack him right in the butt. Here. It's kind of in the back of the thigh. I'm stepping, I'm pulling through. Just a little juke like that. Step, slow, boom. He's going to circle. Watch as he does. As I do that, he starts circling the knee and circling away. I'm coming, Dave. I'm coming. That's all I got to do. Once I tap, I back off, give him that space to shoot through, and as he goes, I help him. I'm just, exaggerating. I'm not trying to beat you up there. Step, pull through. Follow. Same thing, other side. Nice fake, nice step. And I tell guys that on the mat when they're doing fakes on their feet, man, they drive me crazy because they just do this. Big step, nice step. And all it is about backing off and letting him do his little spin. That's too fast. That's all it is. Step. Push him by. Step. Push him by. We said we've gone double over. Now we've got an easy way to shift our head. Left, right. Questions on anything so far? You're either driving forward, and as you drive forward, coming up, you're circling away from this guy, and you're getting on his hands and you're pulling him free. Because I don't like to be here. Front headlock. Here, if I get stuck here, I'm going to start driving in and circle away into that arm to get to this wrist. Here, and pull this guy. I get stuck on my knees. I shoot in, stuck on my knees. I'm instantly trying to back out. Here, come back out front. Don't hesitate. That's the one position I say go wild. Bring your elbows in and go wild and back up as quick as you can and get out of there. And as you do it, you're backing up so you know you're going to be opening your legs. But that's fine if you know it. Because as I back out and I feel any kind of motion, I'm ready and prepared for it. Then if I'm going crazy, just going left and right, I don't know what to do. So I back out, hands in front, and I dig my hands out underneath. Double overs. Guy doesn't make any movement. He puts his butt in the air. He's strong. He stays here and makes a stiff back. Here, up on your toes. Here now, all he does is little short steps. He knows even with me coming, if I grab, I can't pull it in. I'm not strong enough. And if I try to step, he's just going to follow and try to come out. Because I'll take pressure off his head when I do that. Like this, right there, pressure comes off. He can pop under. So now it's a position of taking these elbows again, pulling them forward, and crunching them down to the mat. Here. He goes tripod, strong back. How I do that is, I take one elbow, and then I lock my hands right under the body here. Lock under, right on the chest. Here, not low on the chest, not in his chest, high up near his throat, right here. As I do that, I'm bringing my elbows, and I'm bringing them in. As I bring them in, I'm going to circle this guy. I'm going to crunch him, lock him in, circle. Both elbows down. Now, I don't do it at the same time because I want to lock him. I want to keep him locked here so he can't get any wider. If anything, he can only get his elbows smaller. He's going to try and keep his elbows out. Here, lock, bring him in. As I did it, I dropped a little bit. I shift my hips and I shift my elbows down. Down to his elbows. Now all I'm going to do is lock him in. Here. Circle. Now I release. Spin. Here, drop the elbows. Crunch. As I crunch now, I pull in. I'm going to release. Lock the other side. I feel comfortable going. It's going to be this side because I got this hip plan. I got more weight right there. I'm going to release. I'm going to lock. And we go. Here, drop, crunch, circle. Lock, bend. Questions on that? But it takes practice on how to shift your weight and knowing when to go. Here, David's locked, right? So I play this game, I can't get him here, he stays wide. As I drop, the counter is widen your elbows some. Because my elbows can only go so wide, I can't drop over him, right? Now, if he winds his elbows, though, I want to lock him in that position. So I take my elbows and I drop behind his. So he can't bring them back in. Bring your elbows back in. Now, if he brings them in, where do we go? Down, crunch it, drop, right? He stays wide, that's perfect. He stays wide, I can't drop, I can't get anything. I just want to block him. So I can hold him here for a second, because now all I'm going to do is make a step. I'm going to step, and I'm not going to throw my foot in. Now you got to stress that. Do not throw your foot in. I'm taking this knee, and I'm shifting it right behind his elbow. Here, here. Now as I do that, I'm going to shift. I'm going to release my hand, shift to the far elbow. Now I'm locking them in. Knee, hand. Locking both elbows. You want to take your knee and point it the opposite way. Here, here. Take your knee, point it the opposite way. And I'm trying to crunch it. I'm trying to pull these things together. This is how I weasel my way behind. John Smith used to weasel all the time from this position. Elbow in, circle right in. I got to the point where guys shoot now, take a shot, right here. I'm dropping, circling behind. Slow, shot, here, lock, throw one in, drop the elbows, try to bring them together. What I'm trying to do is drive them together. Taking this hand, getting under, circle my way back. Here's where guys make the mistake is, they're going to circle and keep that foot forward. All I'm doing is let David grab it. Here, as I do that, he reaches through, grabs that foot. And that's what guys do. They shift that foot up too far. I keep the foot back. I want to keep this hand. Every time he brings it off the mat, I got so much pressure on it, it starts to go forward. I don't want to bring it off the mat and let him be able to reach. So I'm always keeping pressure on it. Here, grab my foot. Grab my foot, here. I keep the foot up in the air, I keep pressure on his body right here. Third way behind. Just sneak your way behind. And this might be something you need. There's only so much time on the clock, and you can't get around the guy, and you need this takedown. Shifting. Here. Scoop under, lock in, circle behind. Questions on that? Inside. Here. Release. Here. Hand comes off the wrist, drop inside. Off the wrist, in. Here, elbow, slip in, drop. Elbow, inside, drop. Guy grabs the elbow, tries to square it up, release, throw it up. Here, elbow, release the wrist, all I'm do is level change, throw the elbow up. Here, come across. Here, release. As I do that, I'm pulling his arm through his body right here. A lot of guys try to get a little funky and drop, and I'll do it sometimes, but more or less I stay basic, pull across, try to come around the waist. Other questions? Pro by, everything I usually teach goes from a series. Here, collar tie. Pro by, you're going to get a little weight on the guy, a little weight on my body. Here, so I'll do one quick little pull, just get a little step, little pressure. Little step, little pressure. As I do that, I shift. Here, I want to go hip to hip, throw my head back and away, and I want to turn and look what's behind me. Here, I get my pressure myself by a little snap. Here, turn my hip to hip, look what's behind me. Down. Here. Down. Another way to get pressure is single leg snag, and that's all it is. Just like we faked on a front lock. I'm just dropping and reaching for that knee. When I do that, he retreats it. By retreating it, he puts pressure back on his collar tie. Here. Definitely a great heavyweight move. If you got heavyweights in there, if he's got a little speed, He can kill those guys all day long. But Coy, I mean, wipes people out with this thing. Tree, boom, little pull, dip in the truck. Now you got, I go, he retreats, but he's gonna leave that one open. I step, come back across. Just foot fake, pressure on. Here. Ready through. Anything else?
How do you teach your defense?
Huh?
How do you teach your defense?
Defense?
Yeah.
That's just about not getting lazy, keeping it constant when they're tired. That's the best time to drill defense. You drill on a regular basis, but in conditioning areas, when I get to the point at the end of practice, for myself and when the guys are tired, you really start going back to your basics. Pull it into your body. I'm going to sprawl in this position right here. Now that's what I want, and everybody does that a lot of times. But all I'm going to do is now, it feels comfortable for him to stay in this position. I'm going to drop my hand. I really don't want him to be worried about this thing. So I just set it right here. Now, what's a comfortable position for you to go? What are you going to go to from this position? Works out. Right there is what you're doing. You're bringing your head out, aren't you? As he brings his head out now, he's creating that doorway. Slap your head out. As he does it now, quick shift. Throw my hips under, elevate the ankle, and I'm going to just sit to my hip. I'm going to sit up slight underneath of you. That's how I'm sneaking my way through. Here, and then it's just about getting leverage. Now I'm making this guy and stepping up toward that foot. Right here.
Yes, I did.
Careful, man. That don't look right.
Now it's just a drop. Now sometimes I'll drop to this foot. Basically the first rule is, spin a little bit for these kids. First rule is here. I drop in between, because if I get a good space, I'm dropping in between and I'm looking for that ankle. Now I do the one, not letting him know. I can tell by the way this guy's wrestling me that he's going to bring his head out. He's going to fall right through the trap. So I'm dropping here, I'm keeping his head. He slides in, I slide through. Sometimes now, I'll drop your knee under. Right there, it feels comfortable. I'm going to get your space up. I'll drop in. Now I'll grab his foot. And I'm going to bring him, I'm going to keep his head pinched in there. As I do that, I'm turning my knee to him. I'm bringing his knee to me. Here. Now I'm crunching his knee out. Now I'm just crunching. Now he'll want to bail out because they get scared about their knee. And then I slide up again. And I come up in this position. The other one is dropping far foot. Now I'm going to run my hip to his. Here I drop in. I don't catch the ankle, I catch the toe. And a lot of people get scared like you're going to slip one day. But if I slip off this foot, he gets away, I still have this one that I drop to. I'm catching this toe here. This way. Here, I'm catching him right here. All I'm going to do is start balling him up. Now they get scared that I'm going to elevate him to their back, especially in freestyle, because I start pulling him here. He slips his head through. Again, I come back to the top. I elevate and just come up. Here. Trying to think what else I got. There, here. With this, I mean, Phil's right, I do this a lot. And I do this, listen, domestically. When I wrestle in the United States, I don't have a lot of movement. For the simple fact that I faced these guys like 10, 12 times. So I've switched up my technique against them. When I wrestle international, it's go, 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 because I really play conditioning into the match. But domestically, I do little tricks like this. Another one in freestyle is keep it here, fight this guy, fight this guy. I keep scooting here, he keeps scooting behind. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Right there, I got that space through his hip. I'm going to drop, hook. Drop, hook the stomach, I'm going to look away. And it's 2 points. Because they chase me. Here, and he chases, he chases, he chases. Drop, get through. Then you got all this stuff again, dropping here, playing these kind of games here. Some guys try to come up to the back door. Go, raise up. Raise up. Here, as they do that, I fall off. Keep that knee. Keep your hand under right here. And I fall and just keep your leg bent. And I'm not in any danger. My knees doesn't have any pressure on it. He slips his head out. Pop, I sit through again. But I mean, I don't recommend it. I've seen guys do it now, and I feel the same way. Like I feel like the knee's gonna blow out. I don't like watching it, but it doesn't put any pressure on my knee. But if there is some flexibility, because I'm not as good on this leg. I probably shouldn't have told you that, but you want me doing the crackdown?
Right.
Yeah. Slide in here, drop, hit here. Now when I drop, I keep my hip to the outside here, and I keep this arm posted. All right, what Dave does here, if he's sitting up the way he's doing, all I'm going to do is, my biggest move right now is, and I'll tell it to you because I've got to change it anyway, is circling. As I circle, he scoots around. Here, he scoots. As he scoots, I slip this bottom leg right in between and I hook his foot. Here, here. That's all I want. Now his big quest is to scoot back on top because I've got him elevated here, which is fine because all I'll do is shift back out. I just elevate him with that hook. A lot of times I'll crack down instantly, I'll go to it. Here, drop in, boom, drop. I'm hooking already. And all I do is stay in this position, climb on top. Climb on top. Here. That's what I want to do. He climbs like he's doing. He's got in position already. A lot of times guys will just lock around my body and just try to stay right here. But now, look what he's doing. See how I bring that foot? If they bring the foot across, I just shoot across. Here. I come from underneath and lock him up. Here, his foot comes in, I just scoop it from underneath. Now I release. Pop my hips across, and I lock both hands with it. And elevate it. And here, it's just squirming whichever way he goes. Here, he takes his foot in, I reach for it, he takes it away. As he takes it away, I retreat over top. Double leg, pop across. And I win this position all the time. I get here and I've gotten good at elevating guys. So he comes in, I wrap it, take it, pop out. He comes in, he realizes he's in trouble, now he opens the door for my elbow. Slip out, double, change off. And then you always got this kind of stuff. Here, circle, circle, circle. Hop back across the body. That's the position that pretty much cost me the Olympic Games and that. Right here. Guys do yank, yank, yank on the elbow. They keep pulling it, pulling it, pulling it. That's not the ticket. I want him to pull that arm in. If I get stuck here and I try to circle around, keep it. Circle, circle, circle. There's one little trick you gotta do, but you gotta be kind of quick when you go sneaky because you're gonna release pressure off of him. You won't get in trouble, but you might lose it and you've got an opportunity to score. Then he pulls that arm in, as he pulls that arm in, I'm gonna feed him my elbow. I'm gonna take my elbow to him. As I take my elbow to him, all I'm gonna do is turn my hand to me. Here, pull it, pull it. Turn it, keep it. Keep it here. He keeps it, now there's no pressure. Here there's pressure on the arm because you're fighting it like this, you're trying to pull it back, pull it back. Well, all you have to do is just turn your hand to you. As you turn your hand to you, keep it at the same height. Jam his head down. Here, here, here. Now the pressure's off. At least I beat the stalemate and I have an opportunity to try. He locks it, turn in. Turn in here. Turn in, jam the head down. Yeah? That's all you gotta do. Bring it to you. Well, here, that's all lever. I mean, he can hang on to me all day. Hold on, hold on, hold on. No, hold on. Yeah, hold on. You can't hold on to it. It's just simple. When I was 7 and that was the elevator, and I always had a good here. I block a guy and crunch him on the whistle, I crunch his hip, and I just shift a little bit to get a little close. Here, I just grip. And that's how I always brought him down. You know, I never claimed to be a great guy that could turn. I mean, I could arm bar, that was it. My go-to was getting him down off of this. If I can slam him this way, now I start running my arm bars, flipping in, arms to the back, tilt. Everything came from that series. If I use legs, I always got high and I got shook off. Cradle me. I know my arms are really long, but I just, those were areas that I could work, and I was always decent, but that was definitely not my forte. Hands out here. That's all I'm doing. Anytime, make a motion toward me. Anytime, slam it into him. Make a motion, slam it. Here. That's all I'm doing is dropping it in. Because if he shoots coming into that arm for a headlock, throw my hip. I turn my hip sideways as he comes, and I let him blow me back. Here. This arm I make stiff because it just drives me away. Shoot it. Front headlock. Hold it. That's all you're doing. Dropping hands in.
That, if the guy gets a 2-on-1 on you, he should have he's trying to defend you.
Here, take it, throw it into his crotch. As you do it, you turn your wrist up, slip it. Here, slip it. Try to come back in with it. Here, circle, 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 switch, head switch. One hand doesn't replace the other, so the other one is there.
Thank you.
So, I'm going to start off with one. Probably my biggest takedown to a turn is double leg. I really like to make a quick level change. I like to get motion and get the guys going forward. When I get a guy going forward, that's when I'll hit my double. I'll level change, fire through, and I'm going to do what I call a catch to a gut. What's your name? Roberto. Nice to meet you. All right. One, I'll just go inside tie here. I'll get Roberto coming forward, off the inside, slipping in, catching the back of the tricep, pull, circle, here. That kind of stuff. Get that snap, get that forward motion. When you get that forward motion and you get a snap like that, just using your arms, you're going to get that reaction of that guy fighting back up and raising his position. So it makes me look double fast because I got him going forward, and at the same time we're going opposite direction. He's coming at me and I'm going at him. And now I've got him raising back up after I snap. I snap, he starts his down motion toward me. Here, now he's going to fight out. Here, go fight out. Now level change, fire through, catch my double. Here. This is one thing I didn't hit the other day. When you teach penetration, and we've gotten a bad habit of teaching that this knee is the most important leg, that penetrate and step through, and that knee is very important. But a vital part to finish the takedowns is the back leg. When I shoot and make my level change and fire through, I always concentrate on shooting my penetration steps of this being important. I'm going. Coming up. Here. Coming up. Teach your guys to trail that back foot. Get the habit of exploding through and bringing it all the way up. I double leg, I hit, follow through. I'm always stepping my feet. Always bring the back leg up.
Have fun this one. Better go wide.
Stepping right through. Now we're going to do a guy gets in. I hit, he gives me a little sprawl, I'm going to catch. Takedown turn, first one's got. Here. Pull, level change. He starts to sprawl, but I'm trapped him. He can't get his knees back. Now all I'm going to do is turn the corner and start beating the angle, and we'll circle behind. There's going to be a point in freestyle now where he knows if he stays in this direction here, he might get launched for 3 by catching the elbow, or I might drive him right to his back from here. He'll make his process to bail out. Once I get here, I start slipping and turn the corner. If he bails out, I'm catching here, deep on the waist. So he bails, I catch. And he bails, catch. Now, once I catch, here, step through, catch, it's an angle. I start driving my hips, I step in between. I want to start running from the far hip, at this angle up to the far shoulder. And I'm collapsing right here on the elbow, catching the bicep, collapsing. So here, drive. Catch, deep, round the waist. As I go, I want to wrap this guy's hips. You get to the point where you want to begin enough to do this with one hand, so just rotating and get enough hip pressure and a tight enough lock of pulling this guy's hips through. Grab the arm, run to the far shoulder. Any questions right there so far? Anything? More time as well. He bails. As he bails, I catch right here. Here. Step, run, crunch the arm in, drive up to the shoulder. Now I like this one because it gives you a good change of direction. Let me get out of breath. Sir. I was studying videotapes all the time. All last night, so just like you guys were. You have a question?
Yeah. You ever hit a high bridge up through there? Or
High bridge?
up through?
No, because it's a crunch. The idea is here, he falls, crunch that arm. See how I stick his shoulder in the mat? I'll just run and tip. Here, 2 points. I'll try and lock. When I go through trap arm, catch, run, lock it up. Hold there, get my extra point. Now, this is how it looks once he fights. Here, I drop, hit. If I have this tight enough, which it should be, I'm going to be running. He's going to want to post that arm and not let it get crunched under. What's going to happen is, it's going to cause his hips to lift. Now I'm going to do is change direction. So as I'm driving, Roberto's hips will rise up the mat if he fights here. Now I've got that space. I'll drive. You'll see guys run here. Drive, drive, drive. But once I get up, I instantly now cut back. I lock my hands, cut back the other way. Here, start my drive, hips come up, drop to my lock. As I drop to my lock, I shove my knee under, and just rotate through. Two moves now. First one, drop, here, catch down, cushion, run it. This guy's alert. Double, start to run, fight, gets raised. Now slowly, catch, drop my knees, I turn underneath. As you go on this guy, it's not directly to the right. I'm driving up toward his head, back arching and taking it through. First one, drive. Second one, drive, fight, hips come up, change switch. Questions on that? First one's a gut. It'll be considered gut because if you've got a lock around the waist, yeah, it's a gut. Yeah, both considered gut. Another question?
Counter,
Counter to, who said that?
that initial move.
The first initial move, and then counter to the change off coming back?
Yes.
Well, you know it. A lot of guys are doing this combo now, so everybody's waiting for the change off. So you go ahead. Drop it. I initially fall, he starts to drive. Now, as he drives, the idea is, I'm only in trouble if when he drives, I let my hips come up. So what I gotta do is turn my hips away and slide with it on my stomach. Pick me up. I stay wide here. I don't want my hips to come up. If he lifts, I cross forward. Here. So again, on takedown, double leg, I'm gonna build out. Go. Here, I drop him around the waist instantly. I'm turning my hip down, turning this one up, and fighting. You know? And if he tries to come back now, I've turned it into a regular gut. There's no lift. Now I'm fighting this regular gut from the mat. And you do this, get heavy, crawl forward, shift. Another question on those two? All right, same thing. Double leg or high crotch. I'll drop into my lace. High crotch here, fire in. As I start to make my change, this guy bails out. I change off, he bails out. I start running right to it. When he falls, if he makes his fall, I slip from here, I come across, I've got a bead, he knows that he falls, I drop this hand to the above the knee, right here. And I'm wrapping this leg. I put my weight on it with my shoulder. Now I start making a run for the far knee. I'm running and crossing him up here. As I do that, I put my head to the back of his butt, right here, and I drive, pull one over top the other. Here. I'm pinching. Guys make a mistake. I had trouble with my lace for the longest time because I fought it and tried to get it from below the knee. And it feels so comfortable. And a lot of guys do this. It's so comfortable to get a lace from here and try to cross those things up. But by not controlling the knees, he'll start bending them, bringing them up, pulling them up, that kind of stuff. Now if I attack above the knees, bring these up. It's easier for me to lift his knees off the mat, bring them up. Here. And keep weight on it. And cross. So always get those guys attacking above the knees. High crotch, change off, he goes out. Here. Weight's on it. When he falls, I stick weight on it. I catch both knees together and I start using my feet and my body to bring him in. Here. Now when I feel I can slip through, all I'm going to do is use my knees, bring him across, step, hand shoots through, and roll, fighting. Here. Turning out, there you go. The more he turns, the tighter it becomes, easier to get through once I get to that position. Weight on. I keep my weight, I drive on my toes. I make my cross. Here. Now it's posture.
Transition from to getting weight from the above the knees, right?
So transition again? Yeah. You can come from high crotch. Here, I go to change off. This is for the guy that knows his feet. He bails out. As he's bailing, I'm dropping to the knee. Here, he bails, catch. As he's on his way down, I'm driving him down, catch. I'm putting weight on both knees and pinching them together. From here to here now, weight's on. I'll use my bottom knee to scoot one across. I scoot it in. As I'm scooting it in, I'm coming to it at the same time. Stepping over. Bringing it across, stepping over. As I do that, I shoot my hand through. Right through this gap. And then it's just about using this hand. I throw it above my head, keep this one locked. Here. Do the double leg. Big time, hit drop, change. Up. Questions on that one? Anything on the legs there? Anything on the turkey? Another one is going from 1 to 2. Here. Double leg, he bails, I drop right to my gut. Here, make my first stride, first initial move. Drive, flash the elbow, finish. Bring it through. As I bring it through, I slide down the body. I'm right above the knees. Same move, pinch them together, weights on, come back. Weights on, hips up. And what you want to do is get your guys concentrated on lifting these knees and driving his hips to the mat. So as I lift, I put pressure on with my shoulder. Here. That's going to keep weight on him so he can't bring his knees up. Now I change. Now, we've hit my gut, so I've got to go lace. As I get this guy, he's locked up and I know he's going. As we go through, this hand's shooting back up around the waist. Here, here. He falls right back. My gut. Here, chase it around, cross, ankle lace, coming through, hands reaching up, around the waist, catch. He fights. Fights up, pop, come through, slide down. And I'm always using my knees if I catch a guy. Using my knees to clamp him. If they're there, I'll clamp them. That way you can't bring him up. I keep weight on it, I isolate him, and work myself through. I'm always using my feet, my hands, whatever I need. Catch. Back up around the waist. Probably my best transition. High cross from double, go into that. I'll chase lace off a single in the air. Head inside, bring it up here. If I get a guy who bells out on me. Now, here's where people make a mistake. They chase. Now we're at the ankle. You've got to be above the knees. It's the easiest way to do a leg. But when I single leg, I'm already around the ankle, back up. So, I'm in a bad position. If I slide up to the knees before I go, I'm going to lose him. I stay chases. Now, don't keep your head to the outside. Guys come here and winds up being afraid a lot of times. I take my head, throw it in between, and I'm shooting for that ankle there. So as he bails out, I throw my head down in between the cross. Here. I want to catch him right in between. And I use my body and my hands to cross him, bring them together. And I'm lacing them all with the ankles. Here, he builds out, chase, cross him, use your body, use your knees together. I'm pinching and I'm pulling down on his foot. I'm pulling it down and straightening it. This one I keep locked, straighten. Now I do is shoot through. As I go, I just twist the knees up. Here. You can capture a guy from attacking here, he bells out. You can capture guys from here. You can slide out as you go down, capture the knees. Here, drive in, he bells. As he bells, capture the knees. And a lot of times we'll pick up. Matthew got real good at picking up this year. Coming from here, eating from the mat, directly on the mat. But he was doing a lot of guys going out, chase, he picks it back up. Now, what he's doing is watching his feet. When he comes here, he gets his hands just right where he feels comfortable holding this guy, right above the knees. And then when you feel comfortable, make a quick drop. As I drop, I'm getting myself in between the legs and stepping over. And I flatten him across, so I make my drop. Here. Bring him down. Yeah. Here. He bells, chase, above the knees. As I make my drop, I'm going to drop. Throw my chest to his body, throw my feet back. Extend this guy. I'm trying to pull him back to me and down. As I do that, I step him in between. You got it. Up, drop. Questions on those? Anybody got any?
Right there.
Go. The Turk. That one I'll use from catching on the bottom. Guy goes flat on me. Here, I'm in here playing with this. And guys will let me get their feet in here because they're good at defending legs. And it's tough to slip and slip and slip. And I was always getting beat up in here. So I was doing this. I was sliding back and catching. And Schultz was the guy first started doing this one, you know. But all you're going to do is catch the ankle, wrap it. Now I'm going to do a quick retreat. As I do that, I'm going to twist his ankle to the inside and control his bottom of his leg. Here, pick up. Here. Now I don't want him to come up. What I want to do is keep him at a certain height. Right there is ideally where I want to be. I'll make my step. Here. If he comes up, he comes high. Because he'll know I'm trying to step over here and keep his hips high. So take this foot, I'm going to rotate it to the inside. As I do that, I'm pulling his knee down and swinging here. Down. Once I get the height that I need, step. Now I'm going to go. A little tighter, right?
Yesterday I was
But, so I go here, try to get my legs, do a quick retreat, pick up, here. He stays at that height, step. Now guys lose, and I lost it for years trying to get it, so I finally was able to step over. But to go here and take pressure off this, it's got to be a quick pull, step. Now, you stay here and try to step, every time you try to step, you'll just come up. And you can't get over top of this thing. You know, so quick pull, bust his position, down, step. You know, and then run that foot up. Easy here. But just bend him in half. Crunch him inside. Yeah, take it ahead as you go. And when you go on that one, in the United States, I'll kind of take it easy. And that, I mean, not take it easy, but internationally, I mean, I'll just run it. I won't even wait, you know? So, same thing, just teach them how to just run the thing. Run straight toward the head, and as you go, turn. When they arch, when the back arches, then practice get your turn. Other questions?
Yeah. If you have a high school wrestler with good leg rider, you put legs in right there, don't you?
Huh?
If you got a high school wrestler with good leg rider, you put legs in right there, don't you?
Yeah, my first initial attack, I'll take for guys that are good at defending legs. I catch this all the time, and I catch it off my takedown. I'll be showing this in here, watch. I'll come here, double leg or high crotch here. When I do my guy bail, I'll slip to the ankle. As he bails out, I'm lifting and trapping this with my knees. Here, coming up. That's what I've been working on. And I go right to my legs. Here, left, throw a leg in there. But guys, there's guys that have flexible hips and will stay here. They'll pinch your knees together, and you can't get that foot in. And right there, that kind of stuff starts blocking you so you can't back out. So that's why I started going to this, right here. Then retreat and pull back, trying to step over.
When you retreat, pull back, step over, and then you put your legs in when you go down there.
When you go down, yeah. But the initial move is to go right to the turn. Step, go right to the turn.
But I mean, you slip your legs.
There's your leg.
Yeah, you could. No, you mean once you get him over?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just the whole, he can't bend, he's not flexible, that's why I'm not crushing him. But he would be here and I'd be slipping legs in.
Right, there.
But I come outside sometimes, or I retreat back this way, slip to a turn. To finish it off if I couldn't get it bent.
Cary, on that, where exactly are you putting your hips?
When I step over,
Yeah, where exactly are you putting your hips?
step this foot, I want to go to the top of his far hip. Is where I want to step. Step the top of his far hip here. What you do, it's almost like cooking. That's where you want to be. That way, if he tries to bail out or come up or anything, I'm keeping all that pressure on locking his hips in. But you want to concentrate on stepping over the far hip here. Now, run straight up toward his head, then turn. I'm not doing it until I don't bust him up. Here. Drop it over.
You ever look this at all?
Yeah, I'll look there, but there's really, once I get you here, there's so much strength in this position, and you're so twisted, that I won't even, I'll do this kind of stuff to bend the back more to try to get the hips down, the back down.
Can I get one more angle this way? What? Yeah.
Here, make my step, over that head, far head, right.
Thank you. Is this the one that Brand's got called that illegal points?
Yeah, for her, I think this is the position.
Okay, that's what I thought. So they do call that illegal at times?
No,
No.
if you're from the United States, you do.
Did you see that? Is that what he did?
Yeah, I do this move a lot. They stop me, but those other guys run it, you know. It's just, they don't stop it, you know. They stop it, like I said, with us, because they'll let it go with other people. Other questions? Areas?
There's one area. When you're in a shot and guy goes to the front headlock,
Guy goes in front of it.
I
I back him. Safely, yeah. I was telling these guys, my biggest thing is when I take a shot and drop in and I get front headlock on the rail, you sprawl. I'm getting on one lock here. And I immediately want to start my circle. This guy's going to be circling and be smart and pull me down and control. I'm circling here. I want to get both hands to that lock and straight in the arm. Here. And come out. And I keep weight on it. That's if I stop you before you get locked. Okay, and that's, normal. But if you get locked, if I'm in and I'm trapped and he's got his hands locked, the biggest thing, don't let that elbow come across. You've got to put weight on it here. Keep weight on one, and I come up and I control an elbow. And then I look for the same thing, circle up, right time to circle up. As I circle up and get this hand off the mat, I bring it back to my side. And I start working on the lock. And sometimes you have to go up and down, up and down. If he makes a level change, I'll have to re-drop and come back up, re-drop again, maybe. Try to shake it. Yeah. Any question over here?
Yeah, I've seen you before. A guy in down position is sitting back on his feet. You reach for his ankle, and then you try to catch his arm.
Yeah, that was probably
I've seen you do it a lot.
probably my best move from 98 to 99. I think guys start catching me doing it. So other guys can hit it, but I'm kind of shut down now. But I go to my legs. Here, the guy's flat. And I would come here and scoop. Right? Well, the counter is to bring your knees up. As this guy would bring his knee up, I'd let it slip through, and all I would do is come over this bar hip, shoot this hand on the ankle, through the crotch, and lock. Right here. Now, it's got a weird feeling to it when you go, but first thing I want to do is lift his hips off the mat. Take this knee and I want to tuck underneath of it. Once I get a full tuck, then I drive forward. So, I'm tucking here. Once I get this guy to his hip, now I start my pop and I drive forward. Here. And guys would sit here and let me lock it. They'd get wide. They'd go wide knees and they wouldn't even worry because it feels comfortable. You don't feel like you're in any kind of danger. And it's here. All you do is lock,
Yeah.
And then I just step to the outside, I throw my head to the inside, I drive his leg to the inside with my shoulder. Once I get everything underneath, then I drive forward. So it's a quick turn, then forward. I get it from there, I get it from my legs now. Instead of fighting the legs here, the guy slides up, brings up, I lock. Throw everything under, drive forward. Here. No, I don't prefer not to lock. Yeah, because I like to stay mobile in those areas. I'm looking for, it's hard to just squeeze a guy and, pull him down from this position because you get in here to stay all day. But here you can do more things, you can move a lot more. Some of the 2-on-1s, that kind of stuff. Question? Huh? No, I've never been a good thrower. I'm good, like Bobby was saying, I'm good upstairs as in I won't get thrown and I'll stay in that position, but I'm not a thrower. I've hit a few throws. Probably my best throw, my biggest throw is a lateral drop. Most people don't like that throw, but I've got good at timing it and I drill. If I get a guy that takes a shot on me, here I'll drill, thumbs up and out, I'll pop, and I'll practice from that position. If he takes a shot here, I'll drop over, one over, and then I just step, up, now I'll drill flurries. Guys chasing me, coming after me, instantly. But I'll never get in there, hold you, then try to throw you. I want to go on my back. Questions? Lateral, I'll drill from this shot. He takes a shot, comes up. What I do is, to set it up, is you see the guy coming, takes a shot, start running away, and pull him as you go. He feels like he's in control of the situation here. And all I'm doing is staying low, and I'm just stepping, back arch, and just getting my hands through. One underhook, one overhook, and just drop. Here. And I'll do it off the shot. And I know you've seen at matches, guys hit flurries, and probably the highest amplitude and the best times you've seen when a guy's chasing the other one. You know, so that's the only place I'll do that throw. Other questions?
If you have someone that's having struggling getting in on the double sensation part, do you have anything, any kind of techniques to drill too much?
50, 100 every day. You know, and the big thing is level change. You got double legs from different areas. You got double legs from just, you know, throwing your elbows by here, coming through. And you make your steps, you make your level changes. Guys got a bad habit of level changing backwards. When they level change, they hop away. Here, and they extend themselves. They get further away from that. When I level change, it's always going forward. Here. Level change, back leg follows through. Concentrate on, when we have a drill, concentrate, you start somewhere and you finish 5 to 10 feet away on a double leg. Meaning you're always going to be looking for that explosion outward. I do my double leg from inside, step back leg through, finish. Double leg from all different ties, no knees, step through, finish. And I'll drill it from situations of this open, where I'll break on a guy, practice my speed coming back in, stepping through. So always have it exploding, always have it going through. I practice 2 shots when I drill. I practice intentionally missing, so I'm there when I shot. My crotch kisses backs up, re-sink, go again. I'll do that on singles, doubles. I'll do flurries of front headlock, pull the guy down. All I want you to do is I'm going to pull you down, do the counter, circle up. And I'll work here. You've got to teach your guys how to drill realistically, you know, things like that. Front headlock. This guy counters, looking for elbow. You know, defense. He shoots, you reshoot. He front headlock in the face. Add some, you know, combinations, more than 2 moves into your drilling.
Your energy level and your intensity in drilling is pretty high. Any coaches ever doing things to encourage that? How do you encourage?
No, I've always been, like Bobby said, I've always loved wrestling. When I drill guys, like I'll have a few different guys when I'm working out for myself that I'll touch in the room because I'll force them to go with that level. But I never drill anything after warm-up, slow. It drives me crazy when I'll tell the guys, okay, hit 3 shots. You know, and they'll do 3 shots of just slow motion drill, and they never do it with any motion. They come here and okay, crotch step, crotch. You know, and I always try to just make it as real as possible. Come back in, front heel, go under, arm back, your faces, go under. And that's just naturally, and I try to beat that in my guys' heads, and it's tough. Because they forget, because it's a lot of work. To drill like that in 45 minutes is you get a lot of repetition in. I drill more than I wrestle live. A lot of guys wrestle live when they get close to competition. I cut off and go more drilling. You know, and I'll drill like that. I'll do like maybe 2 matches. But it'll be half-hour drilling, 2 matches, half-hour drilling. You know, that's all I usually go.
When you drill like that, that's you drilling, or do you have your partner, does he get involved also?
We do 3s. Yeah, we'll do 3s usually. I'll go 3, he'll go 3. I'll do freestyle, I'll drill. I'll go 3 takedowns, you go 3 takedowns. Do that for 5 to 10 minutes. Then we'll go 2 takedowns to a turn. You know, so twice I'll go takedown, turn, then he'll go. Then the 3rd set, I do that for 5 to 10 minutes. The 3rd set is combinations where it's going to be 2 to 3 moves to get the takedown, then 2 turns, then he goes. I'm just going. So I've got a whole pattern and system how I drill. And then I work my way back down when I'm coming back down toward the end of practice. I'll reverse and take that same step, but take down, 2, 3 setups, 2 turns, work back through. Huh? Yeah, you wear out. They want freshmen are the greatest because they'll do anything. You know, you get the scares.
Freshmen are the greatest, they'll do anything.
They get to know you and they're like, you're not so bad, you know. It sucks. So you get a lazy sophomore after a while, but you just, yeah, you start them out slow. And it's not, like I said, 45 minutes of drilling that is to increase your team's level. Huh? Yeah.
You need to then get the fresh person in every.
When I go to work out, sometimes I'll get ready for competitions, I'll take like 2 or 3 guys in. If they're not doing anything, I'll use 2 or 3 just in case one burns out on me. I've got somebody else to go to. Other questions? Any more? technique. A lot of guys are asking defense, you know?
I want to see that single leg counter.
Single leg counter.
Well, we got the single leg.
Bend my knee.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that to remind me. I'll do it at the end. I want to stick with some areas in the early right now. And then we'll open up cushions.
Cary, when you do your, is it a foot fake or just a foot placement for setup?
Motion. Just motion is very wrestling. I'll go outside elbows by trying to get momentum chasing this way. Arm drags, wait for that guy to come back in. Inside control with a foot fake. This is what you're talking about. It gives the illusion that I'm coming in for a shot. I'm level changing in what I'm doing. But as he retreats, then start doing your snaps. Same thing on 2-on-1s here. Anything that'll kill a guy's pose. I'll go 2-on-1 and reach to this leg here. He'll retreat down. He retreats, no pose. I use his top hand, circle down. Here. You've always got to find ways to take a guy's feet from under his head and get him back. And hand fakes and body fakes, that's the kind of stuff you do. Your foot fake, hand fake, body fake. You got to get your guys in. And you need to do a lot more shadow wrestling, moving, and things such as that. Let's see here. Any other areas? Freestyle oriented. Any drills you want to see? I know Bill's been asking me to hit you guys with some drills. Up to a month. Here, I just take my 2-on-1. All I'm doing is taking top hand, reaching. He retreats. Now I'll just circle to the side where the post is out. Here. Bring the guy down to his knee. Leg, guy shoots, head inside. Throw my hips back, turn my knee right here. All I'm doing is dropping. I'm squaring my hips, dropping, reaching for the back foot. Keep it tight, remember. Pull it in. Right here. And then I'm just letting his head slip out. He slides his head out, slip on it. Bill, what did you want specifically on the drills?
Some people had asked if you could go a little more on like the minute you get in the room yourself when you're getting ready for some tough competition.
Okay, we went that general warm up the other day, and I'll do that myself. Warm my body up. So just give me like 3-minute go. So it'd be here, 3-minute go, where I would just go. Start moving it. Here. Well, if I just loose, now I start finishing. Change off, finish it down. And I'll stay with the same move on that 3, and I'll look for different ways to get into it. I won't just switch up all the time, and I'll look for different pulls, systems, attacks. Here, then he would go. He do 3 high crosses, I move like doubles. Just simple ways. Fireman's carry, a lot of guys have a habit of shooting this thing straight in, when they drill it. And ideally, I'm a good guy. If I'm here and I shot straight in, all he's going to do is sprawl and throw his hips in and elevate this arm. Here. So you swing in. Here, circle, circle, swing back here. Dump. You always want to dump that thing. Spin that guy, rotate it down. Then he might go, Now we move into takedowns, turns by hand. Now we'll move into combinations. This is where you'll help your guys best conditioning-wise and setup-wise and movement-wise. So I'll just give you a call. So I want you to shoot a high crotch, miss it, come back up, shoot a head inside single one before headlock and spin. Got it? Go. That's the kind of stuff we start doing. You got it? No system, I'm going on you. Crotch, miss, inside, spin. 2 shots. I'm going to go 2 shots, third one I'll finish. So I'm just here, miss it, here, miss it. Go by, kick it down. Here go. And as a partner, I'll back off and give that look. I'll go shot, you'll re-shot, crack me down, I'll roll my hip out and spin. Here. That's when you get in better lines of defense, learning how to wrestle from a flurry, from a situation. Questions?
And then at the end of your workout, conditioning drills.
Conditioning drills. A lot of guys are curious about foot speed. A lot of shadow wrestling. When I say shadow, you know, it's not here. You've got to motivate your guys, and somehow you've got to find something that they respond to. When I first started coaching, I'd walk in and I was that guy that yelled all the time. And I didn't yell negative, but I was just always yelling. And eventually they tune you out because they just hear you, and they get tired of hearing you. Listen, so I just walk in, I'm really vocal. First 2 to 10 minutes, I make sure everybody hears me, and then I just calm down and let them go. And when I see them start to die off again, I get vocal again. But if you hold one monotone level, either high or soft or medium, they'll tune you out, And that's why it's good to have coaches who one guy's soft-spoken, one guy's a little louder, One guy's the one guy that'll kick you when you're not moving. So you mix it up. But if you don't have that, then you've got to be all three of those. When I wind down shadow wrestling, I try to keep my guys moving, but when you shadow, it's a shadow here. Circling, hand pulls, block, re-shot, re-come back, explosions here. I see that kind of stuff to keep my feet moving when I'm tired. Quick feet, level change. Here, big penetration shots, back leg falling up here. Turn around. Chasing those guys. Here. My lifting program is a lot of plyometrics, a lot of rubber band type stuff, where we'll lock me into the wall, and I'll just stretch the rubber band and just shoot out, and then it pulls you back, and then you shoot out, and it pulls you back, and do one of these cords that I moved here where you just leap, and you're always tied down. A lot of hang clean type stuff for explosion. Any other questions on any training tips I can give you?
Yeah, before, actually, 8 4 type of diet now.
Diet? Well-rounded. Always try to eat well-rounded. I found a nutritionist, and my problem was never that I ate really terrible. It was that I didn't get enough nutrients that I needed, so I needed a little one down. Because I do like 2 or 3 workouts sometimes. It would just take me. And so to make weight, I just had to cut down my portion. Not what I was eating, just a side of it. Double from vegetables, and then you play the color code. Is what you told me. It was real simple. Try to think of all the colors that food comes in. Fruit, vegetables, everything. And try to hit those colors every day. And that's, you eat your red vegetables, your green vegetables, your dark green, and you'll be surprised at how many nutrients you'll get just by playing the color code. If I just think of it like that, did I eat anything red today? No, so I go to the salad bar or whatever and find something red, and that's what I eat. Any other questions?
In your coaching, Cary, obviously at the college level, most smaller guys are going to have quite a bit of speed, but how do you feel like you do when you're coaching guys that just aren't really very fast?
Well, you got to be patient. I mean, as a coach, you learn too as you go on. But if I got a guy who technically is not that good, well, then you work with what his strength is. You take him away from his negative. If he's not that good, but is he strong? Can I teach him to have good position? And as a coach, you can get really far with a lot of guys. I think, probably Gable's example of that. I mean, he's had walk-ons come through and become All-Americans, and he'll take areas that, they're not that technical, but he'll teach them good position. He'll take their conditioning level to a new height, and he'll teach them how to brawl a little bit and control inside a little bit. If a guy's technically, up there, then yeah, sure, I'm going to work on his speed and work on his technique and increase that because I know he'll win in that area. So take them away from the negative and put them in the positive areas so you can make better wrestlers. Question?
Your retreats on the shots, how you sprawl, how you get around.
Yeah.
Things of that nature.
How it just
What you do.
Drills for it.
drills.
Sprawler.
Drill, it's just about staying focused and watching. So when I'm moving the whole time, like we're doing this, because I have this guy in front of me, and all he's going to do is body face. Here. When you body fake, in any motion that you do when you wrestle, always remember to tell those guys to circle. I tell these guys when I snap or do anything, it's always level change that does it. And it's always my feet. My feet never stay in front. I'm always circling. Come on. Here. Circle. 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 Always retreating away and always circling at the same time, And that's just a matter of, when they're tired, drilling the sprawl and keeping them intense. So I'll drill my guys where they'll sprawl, and not so much a shot, but learn how to come right back into the guy. So Here, stay in good position. He fakes. We'll do a lot of hand fighting in that area. One guy does a hand fight and one guy does a shooting.
More specifically, when a guy does shoot, maybe they get penetration on you.
He gets under,
And what you do.
run my hips. If I ever get caught, if I ever get caught straight up, I just found by not stopping moving my feet, I was getting myself out of trouble. He shoots a double leg and comes up, I'll just start running back. Here. You know? And that saved me a lot of times. Just how, you know, a lot of guys sit there, they shoot, and they're like, oh, I'm beat. You know, but if you keep running, and try to work your hips out, and you do that kind of drill, I mean, take a shot. You know? Again. Run, circle, spin. You know, you practice from a high-level defense. Then low-level defense is he goes head inside. I'll crunch his head. As I crunch, I'll rotate and roll my hips over his body. As I do that, I'm looking for ankles here. Here. I sag, my hips wide, circle off. That kind of stuff. Or he's got a lock high in the crotch. He comes in, and he locks high in the crotch. Now I'm going to pull us up the knees and do a sag straight back here. And keep my arms back, my back arms and my hips here, post up. Those are the ways of sprawling, you know. And then you can get other angles of trying to score from there and putting the guy in position. Other questions? What time is it?
11:30.
That's not. I guess that's it then.
Can I see that one step where you get off the ankle again?
Well, the freestyle one. Step over. Yeah, guys down. This is important because I couldn't get it for a while. I couldn't figure out what I was doing. And then the guy picked it up around the ring. And I wasn't twisting the ankle. This is important. You want to turn that foot in. The ref won't pay attention to it because it's always watching the back. And as you do that, you circle to it. I circle to that foot and step around. And I'm pulling him down. I'm pulling from the calf and the ankle. I'm pulling his body down. You feel the pressure on your ankle? Yeah. I pull him in. Then make my step outside. You know, you got to get a habit of making this transition pretty quick. You know, stepping over. Once they get good, they'll start just making a step right across. They won't even worry about it. They'll just get over as quick as they can. Then worry about finishing. You know, I'll do that a lot of times. It's crucial. Timing and match, you know, I'll get to the position and then try to bully my way into the turn.
Lateral throw?
Lateral? The one I did from the guy takes a shot and it's coming up high, so I'll keep him coming. I'll keep pulling him. Chase. Now I'm going to do is step in front of that foot. Step, block, pull him over top, and just make my drop and turn. What's the single? 12? Okay.
Anytime.
I don't know, okay, let's talk a lot. I'm going to just show some series, you know, real quick. So if you guys got video cameras or those, I'm just going to hit things real quick so you guys can leave with a little more stuff. 2-on-1 pro laps. I did a little bit here. Guy steps in, here, collar tie here. One way of getting this thing and getting this guy moving is I'll pull the head and arms and I'll get some forward motion. Pull here, I get some weight on me. Pull here, I get some weight. As I do that, throw my hands to the outside. Pull, hands to the outside, hip to hip, see what's behind me? Pass it. Pass it. Another way of getting it is getting weight on you is attacking the near foot, just reaching for it, going for a single. Guy retreats, he'll put pressure on the collar tie there. So I reach here, he retreats. Here, retreat. Retreat, come up, pass by. So you got to pull, pass it. You've got retreat, here, pass it. You've got just simply a guy touches. Here, weights on, pass it. Some guys are just going to push at you. You just pass it, bring it down. You've got fake. Fake the throw by, he retreats that leg. As I go, he retreats to square up. Here, if he squares, that foot comes around. So I go throw by, he squares, foot comes around. Drop in, single leg, pull it up, sweep. 2-on-1 stuff. Here, I take it off. A lot of guys go here and then they try to make this drop and catch this leg, right? It's so much easier to keep the top arm and just drop it near the far hand, the wrist hand. To drop here, circle, drop here, and catch that foot. I'll just make a drop. If I catch it, I'll release the arm, slide in. Here, circle, drop. Here. If I miss, what will happen? He'll retreat. Here, I go, he retreats, pull. Bring it down. Spin. So you got drop near ankle. Here, drop, change out. You've got drop and pull. Bring it down. Front headlock, spin. 2-on-1, he catches my elbow. I fight for a split second. All I'm going to do is level change, throw my elbow above my head. Duck it. Come through. Slowly. Here, duck. Come through. You got one, which is my favorite. Here, circle. Guys get real bad. They start circling, squaring up, taking this leg away. Squaring up, squaring up. All I do now is, when he squares, I'm going to make a drive. I'm going to drop this shoulder and run it to his far knee. And I'm using my shoulder. The rule is my shoulder on top of his shoulder, because I'll bring him down with it. So he squares, my shoulder's on his. I drop, drive to the foot. Here. Drop. I like it because if you miss and you control this arm, you're safe. Here, he retreats, I miss. Here, come on, let's go 2-on-1. I'll catch a 2-on-1, and a lot of times catch a guy backing out. He'll take a head inside on the sprawl. Head inside single, on the sprawl, and I'll catch it. He backs out because he feels my headlock. They back out, and I'll chase him up with this wrist. As I back him up, I'll foot block. Here, shot. Circle. He starts backing out. Foot block, chase him in. Hits the ankle. Let's see here. Other areas in combination, series like that, really quick.
Yeah, the 2-on-1. Like put a combination with defense and offense together. Like,
What do you mean?
Drill it.
Oh.
2-on-1 running.
A drill in that position?
Yeah.
So that would be something like, you can add whatever you want. I'll give a shot. I'll miss, you re-shot, head inside. I'll 2-on-1, catch you on the back. I'll grab the leg, pull it up, he fights down, comes back, re-shot. Here, chase it. Chase him out, here, block, drop. I'll fight defense here, practice getting the guy, get in position, single leg, get it up in the air. I'll have my guys get up here, practice, getting their feet back. Here, you know, coming back in. You've got to work all those areas. Anything else?
Carry one thing on the throw by, where you step.
Where do I step?
Outside, inside, left leg, right leg?
Outside leg.
Okay.
And you just turn it hip to hip. This outside leg is going to make my step. I'm almost stepping right beside his. And turn hip to hip here.
Okay.
Block it tight to my body. This one, tight to my body. I make this part. When I drop and sit, I block it. Hand picks it. I throw my head to the inside. I'm just pulling this right on through. Here, block, drop. Keep your control high.
Yeah, when you're wrestling, the guy grabs both of your hands, trying to control the both hands, but you can't fight now.
Yeah, well, I think the guy ain't so hard to get both hands. They're not moving if both their hands are getting caught, first of all. But if he gets both hands, he both hands here. You can play this game and just, I mean, usually you can get it back just by doing that. Guys, get a strong grip. Then you make a change, you know, cross, change one here. The circle, get heavy on that thing. Or you can do this one. Guy locks, won't get off. And I see buddies do this. It's kind of neat, actually. Here, they're fighting, all he does is cross them and bang the forearms. Here, same thing. Back it off. In fast motion, please. Just hang on like that, yeah, you know? But if they hang on over you, they hang on. You're in your stance, head position. This guy's hanging on. Just take his forearms and just cross him and smash him right at the wrist. Just cuts him right off. That's like this one too, and standing up. if a guy ever comes high, some guys come over, they get high right here, you sit out, they're stuck in this position. Concentrate on always remember to bring your elbows straight to your sides. Right here, straight to the side of your body. As you do that, you throw your chest down here, and it pops this lock. That's it when a guy goes high, elbows up. Then pull the lock up. Here. He'll pull you up here. Now I bring you straight back. Throws his chest out. He cleans out. Circle. I'll gain position by just getting above his. What I like about when a guy misses a shot here, now I pretend like it's like he's blindfolded. You know, I can see what's going on. All he can see is down here, you know. So I always keep a hold of him. I won't just take pressure off. I'll let him think he's coming up sometimes. Like he'll be circling. I'll let him think he's coming, like I said, then I'll release, pop in. Or I'll let him come up, you know, and I'll just reset for, I'll try to work my head up, but put it, bring it down, spin. Or I'll just let him take a shot and just come up and circle him, drop under. Pull him and put him in the direction you like.
Keeping your hands on.
Yeah, keep my hands on.
We just had a rule change where we're no longer able to lift on a standing suck. What do you think you would do?
What?
A standing suck back behind you. Or under your arms.
Can you guys wrestle more out here? What do you think you would do? I would use that knee as a post. Take that knee and shove it right under his butt and take his hand with it. And just lift here. Bring it down. Down. Other questions? Up in the air. Here I'll go sweep, and being short, like guys are really long, staying away from me, so I'll try to control wrist, and I'll try to sweep this guy, and use body pressure, hand position to pull him down. Another one is, guys, I go, you keep kicking, don't forget you go in the front. Now, this one you gotta watch, because guys will do this, he'll grab your leg, but all you want to do is step across right in front of the knee, and I'm going to take the back of my knee and put it above the top of his here. I'm just trying to wrap here. Now as I do that, I make a quick step and just give my hand in the back here. Bring it down. Change your legs. Freestyle, you drop right into your legs.
How about leg on the outside? Same position,
Leg on the outside, I usually drive forward. Here. Outside the body here. I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. I'll do a quick step. I'll crunch the head. Try to come in. Hook. Down. Up. And actually, what I'll do a lot of times is, I'll do what we do is just throw on the high hip and bring my head down to bend in the knee, get in closer to the mat. This position here, back away. Trying to shift it. Keep it back in. Other questions?
A lot of high school kids have a lot of problem getting out from bottom. So I mean, they're stuck on bottom.
Just solid stance. Practice explosions against the wall, and that hesitation is the biggest thing that limits people. So without going into technique on it, just explosion, speed, elbows in, feet coming up. Now, tricks to get out when you don't have the explosion and you get stopped on the bottom. One that I would do is I always just stay here. If I didn't explode, I would stay here, ref blew the whistle, and I dropped to my elbows, and I stay wide because the pressure's on him at first. He's in the offensive position, and what I start doing is just kind of inching my way back to one hip here, right here. If he stays over, I'll catch a wrist and start working my way up because I've already got hand control. A lot of times by doing that, guys would shift back behind me and try to grab my ankle and bust me down here this way, which was the greatest when they grabbed me, grab that ankle. And they try to crunch me back in right there. That's how I always caught wrist control. I just grab it now because I got it. And I step up and I put it right in the back pocket and I just come forward up this way here. Then I wait till where I can cut. And it's hard to get that hand free. It's hard to get this hand free here. It's tough to get that thing loose. And then I cut. That's how I would slowly inch my way up. But the best thing is teach them how to explode. Come on. One more question. What I do it more in a live situation, like I'll let him crack me down. Shoot in, man, crack me down. I start rolling my hip out right here. I like to do it from those kind of positions. But in drill. But yeah, I'll do situations just live where I'm in a bad position.
Start on the crack.
Yeah.
Start here and go.
Start the crack down.
You got to scramble.
Yeah, that's me. All right, guys. Hey, I couldn't speak more than what Bobby said. This was a great clinic. I think Bill does a great job, and I appreciate you guys letting me come out and show some stuff, and hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks, guys.